After the resounding success of my last audio comment, which I posted like half an hour ago, so it hasn't really been much of a success yet, I've decided to continue doing these, and I'm going to do now Jeff Hardy, which is a remix of one of Twilight Heroes' old sets back in Make Your Move 3, I want to say, something, doesn't matter. Anyways, Jeff Hardy is a wrestler. I don't watch wrestling. This isn't a good start for me. Experienced success as a singles wrestler, 3-time world champion, WWE Championship, World Heavyweight Championship, blah blah blah, motocross, music, painting, other artistic endeavors. Currently a member of the band. Anyways, okay, stats. 6.5 out of 10 size, 5 for weight, and so on, and so on, and so on. Yeah, he's got a great set of stats. He's got a great set of stats, except for his range, which is about mediocre. And he's got kind of meh recovery. Anyways, yeah, he's looking pretty good. Not overpowered. He's leaning a bit towards good, but not overpowered. Got everything around average. Anyways, let's move on to the actual moveset. Okay, for a special attack. Down special, pinfall. Must be lying on the ground defenseless for this move to work. I will assume that you have a bunch of moves that's going to knock him down to the ground. Jeff's only way to KO an opponent, considering that he cannot KO through traditional means. Okay, let's find out what that means later on. As the opponent lays on the ground, Jeff quickly covers his opponent with his body. Suddenly a counter appears in front of the screen. Oh, I get it. Pins his opponent for 3 seconds. They lose a stock. I'd really like to know what happens when they... do they just fly off the top of the screen? Does the referee take him and make him walk to other parts of the stage while their stock disappears? Whatever it is. Okay, at a low percentage of 0 to 25%, it's a breeze for them to kick out with a single press of the A button. 25 to 75%, it's a bit harder to kick out. At 76 to 100%, it's even more hard. If you press 8 to 9 times, how was it? 3 whole seconds? That's really not very hard. But mashing A in 5 times in 3 seconds, I mean, seriously. Yeah, I can press it 5 times in each second. Or something. Anyways, 15 times per kick out, yeah, that would actually be pretty hard. And at 150%, guaranteed the pin. So, what is the actual animation for this? As they lay on the ground, he quickly covers the opponent with his body. Okay, but what's the range? I'm not really seeing this very well. It's a good move, it just needs some detail on what it looks like. Alright, neutral special, Twist of Fate. First of all, in order to use this move, Jeff's going to need some momentum, which he basically needs to get the crowd to chant, Hardy! Hardy! If the crowd is cheering for him, Jeff will kick his opponent to get him into the right position. Jeff then spins around, putting the opponent quickly in a 3/4 face lock, and drops down for the Twist of Fate. See the GIF for the perfect example. That deals off 24% damage, and is guaranteed for the opponent to stay knocked down for 2 seconds. However, if the crowd is not cheering for him, Jeff will do something else. He'll start clapping his hands together, which gets the crowd to clap along too, and depending on how much health difference between him and his nearest opponent is, it'll take 5 seconds for the crowd to start cheering for him. That is cool. I mean, seriously, I've never seen anything that does that. Starts the crowd cheering for you. Yeah, Jeff can store his clapping, it's like Lucario's neutral special, but obviously he's defenseless while he's clapping. Jeff's main way to pin the opponent, so use it wisely. There's another way to get the crowd to start cheering for him. If Jeff manages to get some clapping, and the crowd is clapping along for 5 seconds, I want to say cloud and crapping along, but anyways, for 5 seconds. In those 5 seconds, Jeff performs an aerial and successfully hits. The crowd will start cheering loudly for Jeff to perform his Twist of Fate to his high-flying style. There is yet another way to get the crowd to cheer for him. If he can hit 3 aerials in a row in succession, they'll cheer. That's cool. If Jeff can successfully reverse any 3 grabs, not in a row, they'll cheer as well. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means, but I'm assuming that it's... Anyways, finally you can get him to cheer if Jeff's in a 2 versus 2 match. If Jeff can hit the opponent with his partner together 3 times, they'll cheer. I just like that. I've never seen anything go with the crowd cheering. That's unique. I like it. This is a major step up from the set that I had to review, Death the Kid. Ooh. Oof. Yeah, this is really cool. Side special, chair shot. Jeff Hardy starts sinking into the ground, taking about 1 to 2 seconds, which reveals that he has a hidden steel chair under the ground. He must have a lot of chairs, but okay, it's just obvious prop, but okay. Jeff can then swing using his side special for a nice 12% damage, with being guaranteed to knock the opponent out for 2 seconds. This reaches the stage builder block in front of Jeff and has good priority. Swing the steel chair takes hardly any lag at all. However, you will hear a bell ringing, indicates that Jeff has been disqualified. This means that Jeff cannot use his down special to pin the opponent for 10 whole seconds, although hitting the opponent with the steel chair again will not reset the timer until 5 seconds has passed. Wow, as long as you're already being cheap, you might as well be cheap some more. Okay, you can throw the steel chair away by throwing it like an item with the Z button, as Jeff cannot pin the opponent while holding the steel chair. I'm going to assume that throwing the chair counts as disqualification too, but doesn't really specify. I think it's a good assumption to make though. Up special, ladder climb. Jeff suddenly lets out an "ah" scream. This will cause a 5-stage builder block ladder to appear. Okay, that's out of nowhere, but which is climbable. Jeff takes a whole 2 seconds for him to climb to the top, and this is the main way to recover. Note that the opponent can climb the ladder as well. He just calls and the ladder comes out. Though if Jeff is on the top and the opponent is below, Jeff will automatically kick his opponent to the ground for 11% damage, and can knock the opponent out for a long second. How long are a long second? I don't know. I might want a little bit of a rephrase, but whatever it is. Watch out though, because while he's on the ladder, Jeff is defenseless, although he can jump off the ladder anytime for a high-risk 16% damage body dive that knocks the opponent easily. Jeff. Yeah, I'm not liking this, how you're phrasing this at the end. I'm getting the idea that he's just jumping down the ladder or something. I don't know. It's okay, but I just want an explanation there. Neutral. Oh, I'm gonna just check for time really quickly. Okay, where were we? With the reverse mule kick, the neutral A. Okay, Jeff starts it off with 3 right hook punches to the opponent. With all his might. Each punch is rather fast, with barely any lag. Each doing 3% damage and flinching knockback as well. Suddenly, Jeff attempts to kick his opponent, only have his opponent automatically blocking it by grabbing it. Oh, that's cool. Except, well, for, I can hardly see Ivysaur doing that, but oh well. It's a cool idea. Jeff will then use his other leg to kick his opponent, dunking the opponent down with 3% damage. To make it more clear, Jeff's kick is pretty much unblockable, although Jeff also falls to the ground considering he has no legs to stand on. With a good animation of that, stands to 3 starting punches. So side tilt, rushing through or down. Jeff quickly runs a stage builder block forward behind an opponent. He then quickly grabs the opponent by the neck and slams her into the ground, with Jeff ending up behind the opponent. Opponent, you're really using the word opponent a lot. Opponent, use that 6 times in 4 lines. I want to find another word like enemy or something, or I'm guilty of using the word opponent a lot, but just try to tone it down a little bit. Jeff quickly runs a stage builder block toward an opponent. He then quickly grabs them by their neck and slams him or her into the ground, with Jeff ending up behind them. This deals off a hefty 12% damage and is sure to knock them down. This has hardly any beginning lag, but it ends with semi-heavy ending lag. But you don't need to have the ends part there, If there is no opponent for Jeff to slam within his range, he will simply run forward. Good for knocking opponents down. Alright then. Yeah, you're getting the range in there, that's good. Up tilt, upward strike. Jeff attempts to grab something upwards, and if he does, he'll drag it face first to the ground. Dragging an opponent down will cause the opponent to bounce off the floor with a little knockback and 11% damage. This move has average beginning lag and ending lag comparable to Ike's side tilt. This has somewhat bad range, considering the fact that it only reaches directly what's above Jeff. Unlike most grabs, this can be blocked in the air. Okay. And it's probably one of Jeff's least useful moves. Still, it can be a surprise attack. I can imagine that having some pretty good uses, actually. Well, assuming that... I just like using those kind of move. Down tilt, hand sweep. Jeff pushes forward a bit, gets on his knees, and sweeps at the opponent's leg with his arm. But with his arms, causing a guaranteed trip with 10% damage. This has somewhat bad range, with okay priority. This has a bit of beginning lag, but overall hardly any ending lag. Overall, this should be one of Jeff's least used moves because there are better moves to use. Some circular reasoning there, but okay. It reminds me a bit of Wario's down tilt, or there's another even better example that I can't remember the moment. Something like Wolf's down tilt. But anyways, just going to finish up with this dash attack, and I think that'll be it for this video. Dash attack, poetry in motion. Jeff Hardy simply throws his body forward, flying about 2 stage builder blocks. Hitting an opponent will cause him to fall to the ground with 12% damage, although it causes Jeff to fall to the ground as well. This is barely any beginning lag, although some rough ending lag. This has great priority. Be careful when using this move, because when Jeff misses and hits the ground, he'll suffer 5% damage. However, if Jeff uses this near an edge, he'll jump off the edge, and if he hits an opponent, he can perform a Jefficide, causing him and his opponent to lose a stock, providing there's a pit right below down, that's kind of poorly worded again, obviously. Yeah, just basic, your dash attacks. I'm not good at dash attacks. This is a good dash attack. It fit into his playstyle, and I'm kind of lacking in things to say, so I'll be back with the next video, and we're going to be doing smash attacks. So look forward to that.